Hey everybody, Average Gamer here, and welcome to a quick little video about Superpower 3 and the whole beta branch thing, or open beta testing and things like that. So first of all, what I want to mention was what it is, what I think they're trying to do, and I think how maybe it should have been implemented a little differently. Firstly, initially, what it is basically, it's an ability just to play around and fiddle and fart around with basically the game with the patch, and give feedback as to what's broken. That's what it is. Right now, the build for beta is 28507 versus the game that's currently normal without it, which is 28410. So basically, the whole premise is being able to get access to the game before its patch officially, to test it, see how it is, work it out, see how it feels and all that stuff, and to give any feedback associated with, you know, game-breaking bugs or just bugs in general. Good idea, in theory. How I feel how it's been implemented is a little different. I feel like because it was just thrown out there all of a sudden with no real roadmap, which we're still waiting for, I might want to add, but the fact that it was just thrown out there all of a sudden instead of a patch was very interesting. I probably would have been giving feedback sooner. Hey, by the way, especially with the way the patches work with Superpower 3 and Golden Bloods, we now know that usually by Wednesday they're on the next patch, which to me means Wednesday or Thursday, theoretically, of this week or even possibly last week, this was going to become a thing. So they knew probably Monday or Tuesday maybe of this week, there wasn't going to be a patch this week. I'm pretty sure. Or they knew there was going to be a patch, but then they were like, there's some things in this patch that we're a little concerned with. And we would like, you know, maybe some additional feedback from the community. So we're going to do a little test branch or open beta for the testing. And there you go. Some heads up, maybe a couple days sooner would have been nice for the community. I think, you know, just like instead of just quiet all the way till I think it was Saturday. I think it was maybe Friday, Saturday. So when we thought we would get the patch, which is usually Thursday, Friday, instead later on, I think it was like, actually I want to say it was, I'm going to go take a look here. Where is the Steam page? When did we get the announcement? That wasn't 8 hours ago. It was the 12th. Yes, we got the information on Saturday. There we go. That the game was going to be going to an open beta format for testing for patches. So, a day or so after we normally get a patch, it's like, oh, hey, by the way, the patch is over here if you want to try it for maybe next week. That part really wasn't communicated. I still don't know what's going on, like if we're still getting weekly patches or not, or if it's now going to be an ongoing rolling amount of patches and tweaks and changes and fixes to the beta build, and then every X amount of time they roll the beta build over onto the main game. That really hasn't been communicated, which gets me to the next part, which is I don't understand the point of this without knowing what's going on with it. By that I mean, so a lot of other developers, they do test branches or test builds of the game, and they openly say test builds. I think it looks really bad when they use the words open beta, especially around Superpower 3, mainly due to the fact that a lot of people think the game is in beta. They think the game is unfinished. The moment you throw out the words open beta, I'm already seeing the discourse in the community over what wait. So the game's been out for a month. I paid $30, and now I'm being asked to be a beta tester for the game that I paid $30 for a month ago. When in actuality, it's not a beta test. It's a test branch. A lot of game developers do it, but I think they kind of dropped the ball. I think they kind of went, hey, let's name it this because we're beta testing our patches, so we're going to call it the beta test, the open beta test. In actuality, I think it should have been called, hey, if you guys want to help beta test our patches, here is our test branch. But because it's like open beta for the testing of our patches for the game, we're going to call it open beta because that's what it is. I think that may just like, I think the words beta, open beta, testing, even patches to a degree are very hot words when it comes to the Superpower 3 community right now. And I think this is a kind of a PR step back in regards to a lot of people I can already see are pissed. And I think mostly it's just verbiage where it's like, hey guys, we are working on the game, we're doing patches, but what we want to do is get patches out a little bit better that people can see. There's more of you. We only have 20 somewhat employees. Well, there's X thousands of you. We might see something that works perfectly fine, or we don't have enough people to have enough eyes to test everything. But if we can put it out there and enough people play with it and fiddle and pistol fart around with it, you'll find something broken. You'll find something that needs to be fixing that we probably missed. Because more eyes on something means more light will be shone on the the bugs, and the bugs will hopefully get pushed out. So I think it's basically just an error in communication where it's just a test branch, but it's just been worded in such a way that it makes it sound a lot worse than it is. What I would like to see is somewhere, like if I open the game, or even that can kind of communicate to us on a week by week, like a little bit more often, as to what will be in the beta branch and what is the roadmap going forward. We were told and promised a roadmap 2 weeks ago, and still haven't received that yet. Which, I mean, I'm going to assume the test branch was part of that roadmap, but we were never told about it. It was just kind of thrown out there. So I'm going to assume at the moment that it's just basically, you got to remember too, is Golem Labs, French Canadian. French is the first language. THQ, Austrian. I'm going to assume German's their first language. So, it's not that English is everyone's second language. Probably English will be some people's first language. But at the same time, if everyone's all within the same community and talking within the same businesses, and they're like, hey, we're going to do an open beta for testing, for patches, this, that, and everything else. The word probably open beta for testing didn't even click into them, possibly, that it's a hot topic word. I honestly didn't even think about it until I saw all the comments and how people were mad about it. But I think it's just a verbiage issue where it's a test branch. It's not an open beta, it's a test branch. I think the wording's just gone wrong. What I want to know is, what was the point of a test branch? The reason why is because we already have forums that we can put in for bugs. We already have the feedback on Steam that we're providing bugs. There's there's the section in the Discord where we're providing bugs. So what exactly does this do versus what we were already doing? Which was the live build, we're providing all the bugs and bug lists and, putting in tickets and all that stuff, versus the test build. So we already had the live build that we were doing this with, but now we're doing it with the test build as well. So I just want to know, where the thought process was, in regards to what's going on. In addition, I would love that fact that we would know exactly what's changed. Because like I said, version non-beta is 28410. Version in the testing is 28507. So there's been changes. There's just no documentation as to what the change has been. I would like it if you loaded up the game, it would just pop up with a screen saying, hey, this is open beta. But which, by the way, there's no indicator that I saw that says this is open beta. I would like it if it said beta somewhere here and told you what the current changes in this current build is. Because right now we don't know. All we know is it's a different version of the game. Yeah. So, I mean, the way I look at it is this. So I was trying to figure out what that was. The idea is a good one, to have a test branch to help, with the testing of the patches going forward and all that stuff, because why not? But I think the execution of the whole test branch idea kind of is a little, because I saw it and I'm like, open beta. Like, as in the game's gone to open beta? Because a lot of people are seeing it going, oh my god, the game's basically stepped back. It's no longer released. It's now pre-release build. It's basically gone into early access, is what a lot of people are thinking, and posting all over the place in other Discords, this Discord, and all that stuff. And I think, yeah, it's a step back visually, and I think it kind of caught me off guard, to be honest with you. I'm gonna assume right now that it's just a verbiage issue. I don't think the game's going back into beta, but at the same time, I think that Superpower and Golden Wise and THQ are now, in my opinion, kind of showing how they're going to be doing things. That's weird. Going forward they're doing things. I'm noticing now that it's a lot of, here you go. It's like, okay, well, we need feedback. Like what is it that we're getting? Like, okay, we're getting open beta, cool. We're getting a different build, cool. What's different? And then we don't get anything. Also, we were offered a roadmap almost a month ago. No roadmap as of yet. Still waiting on that. If the roadmap was out a month ago and it said, hey, by the way, possibly in a month or so, we're going to be going from weekly patches to weekly test builds, and then once a month we're going to do one big patch from said test build, that would have been cool. But we didn't know this was coming, and this has thrown a lot of people into shock, where they basically think the game has gone pre-release or early access now, and it does not look good. Visually, and like the PR and the optics of this do not look good. Like the way it was just thrown out all of a sudden on a Saturday. I'm hoping there'll be some more explanation as to what's going on, what all this stuff means. Because right now we don't even know what. I understand the purpose, but we don't know the how it's going to be implemented. Right now it's just like, hey, there's a test build. You can go test the patch and give us feedback. It's like, okay, we've been doing that with the main game. Cool. So how all this is going to work exactly? Like, what's the plan? What's the idea? What's the thought process? Right now, no info. We probably will be getting info, hopefully in the next few days. I'm hoping, probably within Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. Because I'm recording this on Sunday right now, the day after it got released, about what's going on. Patch notes for it, whatever. I'm going to say if we go a week without hearing anything, then I'll probably have something else to say at that point. I've reached out to ask for patch notes and stuff like that, so we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm going to hold back any stark criticism, any overblown, oh my god, house burning down around me type thing. I'm going to wait and see just how this is being, if we can get information about how this is being implemented, the thought process behind it, how this is different in regards to what was going on before, which was was leaving comments on Steam about bugs, doing the little bug forum thing that everyone, when we did our little bug hunt live stream, how that is different than what is going on with this specifically. But until then, like I said, I'm gonna say I think this is a good idea. I think it may just, the optics might just be bad. Like, I think it kind of half got told to us and half got released to us, and half the information came to us because it was also over the weekend. So I'm going to say, reserve your thoughts for the moment. Give them a couple days to actually give us additional information since we're asking for it. If we don't get any information all week as to what the current build is, what the plans are going forward and stuff like that, then I'll have something on Friday in regards to what I think is going on and what I think. Well, I'll give my opinion after a week, because right now happened over the weekend, but we'll see. I'm keeping in reserve my thoughts in regards to overall what I think is going to be happening. Whether that be good or bad, we'll see. But right now, I have high hopes still. I'm still thinking positively. But at the same time, I am getting cautious in regards to the fact that this was just kind of surprised. Kind of came out of nowhere. So with that in mind, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate it that you watched this 16-minute video with me, and I appreciate that you spent time watching it. You could have watched anything else, but you watched it with me. You watched this video, so thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.